Hello and welcome to Sweet Rides. Today we're here at Moore's Motorcycles in Hemel Hempstead, and the guys here have kindly lent me this, the 2022 Yamaha MT-09. And today we're going to be finding out, is this the best naked? But also we'll be trying to decide whether this is a sweet ride. I can't decide. Or a run and hide. So let's take this bike out for a ride.
So, judging by the number of requests I've had to review this bike, it does appear to be a very popular model. It's not a bike I would normally look at, as I normally ride bigger, more powerful bikes, so I'm really interested to see exactly how it feels. So who's going to buy a bike like this? Well, it's not really ideal for new riders. It's quite a powerful bike, so it's good for intermediate and experienced riders alike. Obviously, being a naked bike, it's relatively comfortable too, partly due to its upright bars and riding position. Now, as with all of my reviews, I'm not paid or sponsored by anyone, although I would like to thank Moore's Motorcycles of Hemel Hempstead for the loan of the bike today. They're a great family-run dealership that have been in the area since 1936, so they definitely know what they're talking about. I bought my first bike there 40 years ago, and it's great to see them still going strong. So I'm going to start with the engine today, simply because it really dominates the character of this bike. It's an 890cc triple engine, and if you've watched any of my previous reviews, you'll know that I love triples, simply because you seem to get the best of both worlds. You get plenty of torque, like a V-twin, but it'll also rev up at the top end too, more like an inline 4, so you get a really lovely spread of power right across the rev range. This engine makes 117 horsepower and 93 newton meters of torque, which is such a perfect blend for everyday road riding. But the more experienced among you will really be able to capitalise on the performance aspect of this engine too. It's really eager and loves to rev. It spins up amazingly quickly, so you'll need to keep feeding it with extra gears via the quick shifter, just in order to keep the front wheel on the tarmac. That said, it does come with a front wheel lift control system, so if wheelies aren't your thing, make sure you get that switched on before you ride. I grabbed a handful in second gear and it came up really quickly. It was controllable on the power, but I must admit it did catch me out a little bit. The quick shifter worked faultlessly, even at slower speeds around town. Probably one of the best I've used, and believe me, I've tried a few. This is a relatively light bike at just 189 kilograms wet, so it's nice and light, very flickable. Handling is almost sports bike-like. So experienced riders will really be able to push this bike to its limits and have plenty of fun getting there, especially on those twisty roads. But if you're more of a commuter or relatively new to biking, it's not at all intimidating. It's a friendly bike, really easy to get on with. I felt immediately comfortable on this bike. The suspension is set up well for everyday road riding. This year's bikes have had a few upgrades in this department, and you can really feel the difference. I rode the bike fairly hard and it never got out of shape. Yamaha do offer an SB version of the MT-09, which comes with uprated forks and an Öhlins rear shock. I'm not usually a fan of stock suspension, but unless you're looking to take this bike on track, I think the standard suspension is more than capable, and it's fully adjustable too. So no matter what size or weight, you should be able to get it set up to suit you. Tyres are Batlax S22s, they're a tyre I've used before, and on our ride it was a chilly October morning. It had rained the night before and there were plenty of damp patches and puddles around. I had no issues with them at all. I'm quite an experienced rider, I did push the bike where possible and the tyres just kept gripping. I can't say what they'd be like in really wet conditions or on the track, but on your average UK day they were certainly up to the job. Brakes were good, not super sharp like some sort of exotic sports bike, but absolutely fine for a naked bike. This year has seen Yamaha upgrade the front brake master cylinder to a radial unit, and I never felt any fade or that I was lacking in any braking power at all. So the first thing that struck me after riding this bike for only a few minutes was just how compact it feels. It felt tiny. I'm only 5'9" tall and it fitted me perfectly. However, I did wonder how taller riders would get on with it. The riding position is quite upright, with your legs in an almost sports bike-like position, which suited me but may not suit everyone. I found the bike to be extremely comfortable until I got on faster national speed limit roads, when I feel I would have benefited from being leant forwards a little bit more, or if I'd had a small screen fitted, just to take a little bit of the wind off of me. Really didn't notice the seat that much, which in my book is definitely a good thing. I rode the bike constantly for 3 to 4 hours at a time and never really noticed any discomfort at all, so it must be okay. As I mentioned earlier, the standard suspension was good. I'd describe it as firm but compliant, which is generally how I prefer it. But with the adjustment available, I'm sure you could soften it up a little bit if you wished. So the bike comes with a full suite of electronics. The dashboard is a 3.5-inch full colour TFT screen, and that displays all the information you need. The bike is fitted with a 6-axis IMU, and that controls all the onboard electronics, the safety systems, and that includes lean sensitive ABS, traction control, slide control, and even wheelie control. And as I've already mentioned, it's got a very good up and down quick shifter. Okay, we've been out here for a while. Let's head back and talk about the style of this bike.
So let's talk about the style and design of this bike. After talking to a few of my biking friends, I've come to the conclusion that this is a bit of a Marmite bike. For those of you not in the UK, what that basically means is you either love it or you hate it. But personally, I'm okay with it. I quite like the angular styling, the transformer look. I think it's okay. Is it as good looking as a Ducati Street Fighter? Well, that's a personal choice. But to be honest with you, this bike costs half the price. From a design point of view, it's a little bit untidy in places. Over on the side here, you know, we've got some electrical gubbins, sort of not really covered with any panels or anything. Around the front of the bike, you've got the horn, which just seems to be hanging off of the headlight bracket. It's not ideal, but it kind of fits with the whole design of the bike. Again, you're going to love it or you're going to hate it. Okay, so let's talk about desirability. I'm going to be really honest with you here. The tech black colour that we have here, I really don't think makes the best of the bike, and it's certainly not the colour that I'd choose. Obviously, that's a demonstrator we've had today, and I know there are a lot of people out there that love a black bike, and they might think it's great. For me, it just doesn't look quite special enough. The Icon Blue colour is a big improvement and kind of falls in line with the usual sort of Yamaha colouring. But my favourite is the Cyan Storm, which is the grey base colour, red highlights, turquoise wheels. I think it really, really improves the look of the bike. Ultimately, desirability isn't just about how the bike looks. It's about how it feels to ride, how the engine feels. There's a lot of factors involved. Overall, this is a great bike. And if you like the looks, then yeah, it's really desirable. Okay, so let's talk about cost. The Yamaha MT-09 2022 is available in the UK for a retail price of £9,400. And with only £1,000 deposit, this bike's only going to cost you £120 a month. The SP version is available at £10,650, and with £1,000 deposit, that's going to cost you £160 a month. If you go for either option, I personally think you're getting an awful lot of bike for your money, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Okay, so before we reach our conclusion, what didn't I like about the bike? Well, we've already mentioned a couple of small niggles, sort of design issues, nothing major. But I think what the things that bothered me the most were the digital dashboard. It's just a little bit too small for me. I feel that Yamaha are just trying to display too much information at once. And on this size screen, it just becomes confusing as the fonts just end up being a little bit too small. The speedometer is very clear, and that's the most important thing. Also, the side stand can be a little bit awkward when you're trying to put it out. The footrest is kind of just in the wrong place. It's a little bit awkward. It's not a major issue, but it's just something that you do need to be aware of. And lastly, as you know, if you watch my channel, I love cruise control. The standard MT-09 does not come with cruise control. If you go for the SP version, that comes with cruise control as standard. But again, be aware, the cruise control on these bikes only works in 4th gear and above. Personally, I like to use cruise control when I'm in and around town. Maybe it's a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit and there's speed cameras around. That's when I use it quite a lot. And although the bike will do 30 miles an hour quite steadily in 4th gear, it's happier in 3rd. So it's just I feel a slight oversight by Yamaha there. But again, it's not a major issue. So would any of these issues stop me from buying this bike? No, they wouldn't. It's a great bike. It's just a shame. Yamaha have got so much right with this bike. It's just a shame that there's a few little niggles there for me. Okay, so I asked at the start of the video, is this the best naked bike? And that really depends on what you're looking for. So if you watch my channel, you know I already own a KTM 1290 Super Duke. Before that, I owned an Aprilia Tuono Factory. They're both what are classed as hyper nakeds, really powerful naked bikes. And I've loved both of them. However, whilst riding this bike today, I've been on motorways, A roads, B roads, twisty country lanes. And I don't think there's anywhere that I've been today where I would have been quicker on one of those bikes. In fact, I think I was probably quicker on this. It's got just the right blend of power, weight. It handles amazingly well. I was really surprised by this bike. So, conclusion, is this the best naked bike? Well, I think it's certainly the best naked bike that I've ridden to date. That said, very soon I'm going to be riding the Triumph Street Triple 765. Similar bike, similar engine, similar power. So I'll update you when I see that. But for now, this is definitely a sweet ride. Okay, so I hope you really enjoyed today's review. If you do, please like and subscribe. And that just allows me to keep making some great videos for you. As per usual, please feel free to drop me any messages and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And we'll see you again next time on Sweet Rides.